The HK VP9. Today we are going to talk about it. This is the pistol I'm currently testing and trying. So kind of going into it. Heckler & Koch VP9. Heckler & Koch is known for making good quality. They are known for having innovative firearms. They're also known for social media girl flexing on the pores. Fourth thing is, due to importation laws, we can't get all their fun shit. Now, kind of why I'm holding it up to the light is because I bought a VP9 for two reasons. One, I wanted to try it. Two, because I wanted to try it. And literally, those two reasons alone is why I bought this pistol. Now, kind of my thoughts on it. Well, for starters, it's got a 3-dot sight. However, in exposed to ambient light, it glows. Pretty interesting. It's also ambidextrous. Part of the reason I bought it is I wanted to try what Europe's trying, which is these paddle mag releases. Just to let you know, they drop. And it's ambidextrous. For you lefties, by the way, you're going to like this. So this slide release, super nice. Just to let you know, it's in that perfect area. It's kind of smaller. It sticks out, but not too much to where if you're a lefty, and sorry, I'm not a lefty, I'm a righty, you can get a nice little picture. And then when you press it, oh, it's super smooth. If you're a lefty, you'd love it. Right-handed guys, this thing is kind of bigger. The slide release, slide stop. So kind of, but it's not as like protruded as much. It is kind of a little gripe I have about it because the price of a VP9 is kind of expensive, but you know, it's kind of older technology now. But so at the time it was probably really super awesome. Now, I guess we'll see. So it doesn't stick out as much. Just to let you know, when you first get it, you're going to have to work it in. You're going to have to work it a bit because it's very stiff. So let's kind of release it. There you go. Personally, I think the lefties have it better with theirs. This little bar thing just works. Wish it was all the way around. To take it down is pretty simple. You have good front and rear slide serrations. 3-dot sight works. Just to kind of also let you know, it's got, what I like is it has these little wing things that if you had wet hands, you can easily get behind the gun and rack it. So there you go. It also has 3 interchangeable back straps and 5 side straps that you can really custom fit your hand. You can really make this work, people. If fitting your hand is important to you, my opinion, disclosure, you can train through anything. But, however, I understand that if you have something that feels good and you enjoy getting into the gun, it can really kind of help you with training, and pistols are the hardest to master, so why not make it easy? Now, it also has stupid charging indicator, so, you know, it's charged, glows red, then it has kind of a little red notch right around here. One's in the pipe. Is it that big of a deal to me? No, it isn't. Also has a rail where you can mount your tactical flashlights, tactical fleshlight in case you get lonely in the field and need some love, lasers, etc. Front slide serration, oversized trigger guard, so you sausage-fingered dwarfs or giants who wear gloves, guess what? Oversized trigger guard, pretty decent size. You'll like it. Now, one of the talks that I'm going to talk about today is going to be the trigger. This trigger is super nice. It's very crisp, one of the most crisp, even still in today's market, for a striker fired, non-aftermarket, not including the aftermarket, just a stock trigger. This thing is pretty butter. So, on the crisp scale, it's not the lightest. I still think the Walther is a lot lighter, and I think the CZP-10 is lighter. And as for the SIG P320, I think that trigger's on par. I think this is better than a Glock stock trigger, and I think the M&P trigger is still terrible. So almost anything can pretty much beat it. If you're comparing this to budget options, better than a Canik. There you go. So let's kind of talk about, so why I bought this is I wanted to try it, okay? To be honest, only reason I bought this is I really wanted to try it, and I kind of wanted to try this little paddle safety thing and see if it mattered in a class, like what Europe does and stuff like that. So for me, it's all just for fun. But I'm going to do a review on it because I did have an issue. Before I get into that, Achilles heel, 15 rounds plus 1 in the pipe. Smith & Wesson's, Glocks, you have 17 plus 1, so it's like this has 2 rounds less. Is it that big of a deal, though? Some say if you are comfortable shooting, you can really get into it and shoot. Yes. I have about 100 rounds on this right now as of today. Normally, I only do pistol reviews every 500 rounds, but I ran into an issue. So, for starters, I did not have a failure to feed. I found this thing to shoot pretty well. I'm still kind of getting used to it, so I'm not going to say shootability. Pistols are the hardest to master, by the way. That is why. Really train with your pistols. It doesn't matter these features. Quick gripe. Doesn't matter on features. It matters of, do you have a reliable striker-fired pistol, and can you shoot with it? Get training, even if you think you can shoot. I thought I can shoot. I can shoot carbines pretty well. It didn't until I got to a pistol class to where I had somebody watch me shoot and say, hey man, okay, why don't you lean forward more? And bam, I was way more accurate. Just to let you know, train with your pistols. Even if this is your home defense gun, train. That is my rant about pistols. Doesn't matter if it's a VP9. It doesn't matter if you're shooting a high point. And please, don't shoot a high point and have that just as home defense. But if that's all you can afford, man, you rock it. And just train with it. Have someone watch you shoot and tell you what you're doing wrong and listen to them and correct. That is going to be my rant on pistols. They are the hardest to master. So VP9, what is the issue I found and why am I doing this update at 100 rounds? Okay. Insert the magazine, fine if you're kind of fucking around. Now let's say you're under duress and really slam it. I want you to watch. There you go. Thumb, way down here. Okay. That is my issue. Maybe it's a magazine issue, you say. Well, let me pull the other magazine from the box. Second you slam it, it goes into battery. That is I personally don't care, okay? Me personally, if I ever have to slam it and that eliminates an extra step, that's fine, but I figured some people get triggered by that, and I just want you to know about it, and that's why I'm doing this update. This is a brand new pistol pretty much, so yes, someone can argue there's a break-in period, okay. If I put it in normal, fine, but if I really slam it, and I purposely slammed it at the range under duress, so if you put it in normal, that's fine, both mags, just fine, and this is me just like casual, but if I'm honestly under duress, I'm going to be literally, and I have to mag change, I'm already freaking out because I'm mag changing, I'm going to be slamming it in with like life dependent on it, and it's throwing it the slide forward. Maybe to you, I figured I would update it to you. To me, I don't really care, to be honest. Like, I think it's weird that it doesn't function to where I can really pay for this and rack it, but whatever. To me, it's no big deal. So if I put it in, rack it, fine. I like to train that way because that's what I'm used to. As for a slide just coming forward, I just figured I'd do a quick update on it, whether it's the break-in period, like some people say, whether it's an HK issue and I need to send my pistol in. To be honest, it doesn't affect me. I found this thing to shoot great so far. To be honest, when it comes to pistols, I'm like not the greatest pistol shooter known to man. I am not competition worthy. I do it I have ran pistols through competitions. However, I'm not going to say I'm the greatest at it. Definitely not. Pretty sure I'm going to get DQ'd. Especially if I go to load and, yeah, racks it right away. When you're under duress, people, weird shit happens. You tend to load stuff when you're shooting. I don't know if any of you have ever been under duress before. I mean, unless you're Rambo, where you're totally calm in that situation, or some Billy Badass. Me personally, I know that if I'm under duress, what I'm going to be probably doing is slamming this thing for dear life, and it goes forward. Don't believe me? I'm going to try to do it left-handed. I am not the best left-handed person to talk to. So, here we go. My thumb is here. For those naysayers, point it right at you. These are snap caps, by the way. So, left-handed seems to be okay, because I'm weaker with my left hand. Okay, that's definitely interesting. There you go. Just to let you know, this is kind of the VP9, and why I'm doing this update is because I've noticed this happen. Like I said, I have, well, I don't have 100 rounds, I don't think. 50. I want to say 50. Lower than, I don't have quite 100 rounds. How much did I put through it? I have it marked down somewhere. Okay, I'm either at 100 or I'm at like 85. 85, I want to say. 85 or 100. I'm between that. I have it marked down, people. I will do an update when I hit 500 rounds with this, but I just wanted to do a quick update on an issue that you may seem that it's an issue. For me, it is not an issue because I don't care if I'm, under duress. It's just one less thing for me to worry about. But however, I do understand that this technically is an issue. So it could just be my VP9. I'm not going to hate on, HK for it. But at the same time, you're paying decent amount of money for this pistol. A lot more than most of other brands. Like, I'm going to just roll them out. The big four, the ones that have the most consistent sales, Police Force Use, and people are carrying, using, training, that have been brought through classes. These have been brought through classes, but kind of generally speaking, the most common ones right now are the big four. The big four, number one, the most popular, is Glocks. Number two, Smith & Wessons. They've been out longer. No offense, I don't think they are the best, but they are there. And I don't even think Glock's the best either. So, but between the two, you can't argue. Reliability and all that. And then let's go third is SIG. SIG, let's be honest, they flooded the market. And who would have thought 8 years ago they would be taking over like a storm. Like, I'm not even going to lie, they're like the plague. Flooding the market with quality and stuff. I'm not really the biggest SIG guy, to be honest with you. I would lean more toward Glock and Smith & Wesson before SIG, but I like SIG stuff, to be honest. And then the fourth one, kind of starting to make ends into the game, is the CZ. You CZ fans, drinking your mocha lattes, I'm not going to lie, your pistols are awesome. CZ, great. They all come in under the cost of a typical VP9. I'm not talking Gucci Glocks. I am not talking, this stock one versus like a Glock tricked out with night sights, or a SIG tricked out with night sights and an RMR. Not talking about that. I'm just talking stock. Put this stock HK versus a stock SIG P320. This thing is going to cost about $20 more. So, kind of just letting you know, what I ended up paying for it was, I want to say I paid about $585. They had a sale. Normally it's $599, so about $600. And this is stock, no night sights. To be honest, I just wanted to try this, and I wanted to see this gimmick. See that? Glows. What a gimmick. Point I'm trying to make is I just wanted you folks to be the first to see this in an honest review. To be honest, am I disappointed? Yes, because this is not how it's supposed to function. However, is it that big of a deal? No, not to me. Just means under duress, I guess I'm not supposed to freak out and just slam the pistol in. So, HK VP9. maybe for you it's going to be a no-go. Maybe for some of you, you're like, I don't really care. Me personally, I'm with the bunch that doesn't care, but I'm upset that the pistol isn't really functioning as I thought it would, especially on the price. So anyway, this is the Tactical Parts Reviewer, and you're wondering about pistols. Here you go. This is the first take of the VP9. Again, I'm about 85 to 100 rounds. I haven't checked my little paper and graph where I make marks and stuff. So I will be doing an update at 500 rounds. I'm still going to keep going with this and see if it breaks in or see if it breaks. Chances are, if the slide's coming forward like that, it's going to only keep getting forward, or it's going to stop, or it's a mag issue, and I may pick up more mags to try, which is what I will do. Could be I'm unlucky with 2. It wouldn't be the first time. I had this same thing happen with the Smith & Wesson 2.0 when I had it, just because I'm an unlucky motherfucker. So anyway, HK VP9, just letting you know, people, it shoots great. It feels great. It's just this little thing trips me up. Again, it's a flaw. It's a flaw I don't mind, but it's still a flaw. So I'm just giving you this data. I will do an update in 500 rounds to see if working the pistol in it corrects itself, or it gets worse, or it breaks. So the HK VP9, doing a quick update. So far a flaw. Is it going to be that big of a deal? Is it a big deal to you if you are considering this? It isn't a big deal to me until something breaks. I'm disappointed only in the fact that it doesn't work as it's supposed to. Like I said, I'm about 85, 100 rounds. I will be doing an update in 500, so check you later, YouTube. HK VP9. It's a good looking pistol still. If you like this content, like, comment, subscribe, whatever.